Hey everyone, and welcome back to the World Series 2015. We are here on Forgotten Forest, still here, still watching the games in the first round. And this time we have in the bottom left corner the red colored Toxin General by xezon, also known as Stanislav. And xezon is fighting against his enemy RoB. RoB in the green color, the USA Vanilla General. So here on this map we do see two oil derricks, one in the bottom right corner and one at the top left position. This map is a bit GLA favored, I would say, because of those many buildings, but we do not see we do see a GLA, so maybe xezon is a bit favored here, but it could also be that he is owning this match because of his awesome skill, but RoB also has his awesome skill activated, so it's an even match here between two strong players. So let's see who is going to win this match. We do see a barracks and a war factory for RoB. Let me change my mouse. This one is a bit loud. This here doesn't make any sound, as you can hear. So big pro silent mouse here activated on my mousepad. So like I said, we have a war factory barracks for RoB, and we have a forwarded arms dealer by xezon, two forwarded arms dealers by xezon. What is going on in this match already? We have barracks here and two terrorists running to the top. So maybe we will see some technicals going to the top. So interesting play here. I never saw this strategy before, placing down those two arms dealers in such a weird position. But let's see if this strategy will pay out, will pay for itself. This worker running here to the spot to place down a nice tunnel. Let's take a look at the vision. RoB is going to spot this technical. He is also going to spot it because of the alarm here. Technical activated the alarm here while driving through. The Humvee is easily taking care of this situation. The terrorists have absolutely no checks, but they are detonating with the force fire and blowing up two missile defenders there. Worker here just standing near to this bridge. RoB sees it and he knows that there's a worker just pissing into the sand right in front of his base. Oh, we see a lot of technicals here by xezon. 5 technicals with the promotion, 3 quad cannons also on the way. This is a large and scary army, but we have 2 ambulance, 2 Humvees and 1 ambulance by RoB. So those vehicles can take out this complete army if RoB is microing correctly. There's also 1 Humvee there on the top. xezon is easily picking this 1 Humvee off. And now only 2 Humvees remaining. One is here in the space being filled up with missile defenders, and the big, large, scary army is moving in at the top position. The technicals arriving and the Humvees are spotting it. And also the 2 quads are going in, the 3 quads actually. Losing 1 Humvee already, but finishing off those many technicals. A Crusader is engaging to face those quad cannons. The Humvees are taking on the technicals. And it looks herb defends this very well. Also the Crusader survives. The Crusader was a beautiful choice there by RoB, using this Crusader to engage those quad cannons. The worker stopped pissing into the sand and decided to build a tunnel here. Just poop out a tunnel just in front of the base of RoB. I'm surprised that RoB didn't do anything against this, as he clearly saw this. But he didn't do anything, but yeah. So there's a tunnel just right in front of his base, ready to pop out some troops there. There's a strategy center going up for RoB. So the search and destroy is on its way. More Humvees are being filled up, and I love this strategy with the Crusader. Another large, big army on the way by xezon. Also xezon is going for the oil grab. he is also popping out a rebel here at the bottom, I believe. Not very sure about it. Also, I wonder why this technical drive all the way through here while there's a tunnel to pop out the technical there to drive to the bottom, but don't know. Maybe there's some strategy behind this. There's the strategy, there's the search and destroy, and those Humvees are now even scarier. This Humvee needs to be careful, but this tunnel will be taken out. But for what a cost this Humvee is be destroyed. Was this really worth it to lose one Humvee to this one tunnel? Not very sure. Oh, look at this, 6 quad cannons moving their way to the right position. Also one technical there. And RoB clearly sees this. The oil direct on the top left is belonging to xezon, this rebel, cleaning out this house, this wooden house. One quad cannon nearly going down, only surviving with a few hit points. Oh, the Humvees! Ooh, this was very close for this one Humvee, but the ambulance is being destroyed, the Chinook is being shot down, and now the Humvee needs to do something. Quads are escaping, and we do see another rebel cleaning out those buildings there. Very nice, and look at this. This scary army is on the way to the right position, so xezon completely outspamming his enemy, and his enemy doesn't know what to do. And he's building a few more Crusaders, which is a beautiful choice against those quad cannons. The Humvees will take on the technicals. The Crusaders will take on the Humvees. No, the Crusaders will take on the quad cannons. I'm a bit confused right now because I'm seeing too much vehicles on this map. This is a large and scary army. This is really big. But on the other side, Search and Destroy can easily pick off those technicals if the technicals are engaging in a very bad position. The Amstel is being destroyed, and the technicals are chasing those two Humvees, not losing a single technical there, losing one to the garrison building. 3 quads now moving their way to the left. There's still this one rebel. xezon could hide him in the wooden building, but it looks like he doesn't want to hide him there, or maybe he forgot him there. Not very sure. The oil direct still belongs to xezon, and there is one unit in the building there, I believe, a RBG troop. Not very sure. xezon now building up his palace and establishing the second arm sealer again, so he can pump out those vehicles again fast and extremely fast. So the fire base here standing in a very good position to defend the strategy center, also a second one there on the bottom right. The Humvees now have the Tau missiles and deal more damage now because of those powerful missiles. The rebels still sitting in this building and doing some damage to the Crusader. Rebels are actually pretty good against Crusaders if you look what this rebel just did to this Crusader, taking half of its health with just his toxin shit. And this army will not help xezon against those Crusaders, but the technicals are fast enough to just ignore those Crusaders and just drive directly into the base of RoB. RoB now tries an attack against his enemy, who only has 4 quads and a ton of technicals. The Humvees will be no threat, but the Crusaders could be some problem because there's no tunnel to drop out some RPG troops. Some RPG troops are needed against those Crusaders. Now xezon is out spamming those Crusaders, just taking them on with all his massed units, losing some technicals there to the Humvees. The Humvees just driving away. The Crusaders are decimated to only one single. Okay, 2 Crusaders are left. The Humvees are gone. The technicals did take them down very fast. Another Crusader destroys the quad cannon, and the Crusader has to deal with all those technicals, finishing off some of them, but now losing the Crusader, the technical scrapping itself up, which is beautiful to see. If those technicals get scrapped up, this is very scary to deal with. Now Scorpions are being produced by xezon in order to deal with those Crusader tanks. There's a supply drop zone going up for RoB. RoB preparing for the late game at the 10-minute mark. His enemy xezon not going for the black markets, also not going for rocket buggies. He's just spamming the shit out of it with Scorpions, technicals and quad cannons. The second oil direct now belongs to xezon. xezon with a very large income here. RoB only sitting on 2 supplies. One is nearly depleted there. And xezon losing his second oil direct. Nice move there by RoB, taking down this oil direct very fast. But on the other side, this oil direct is surviving for too long. This oil direct shouldn't be there any longer. This oil direct needs to be put down very fast. Otherwise xezon gets a huge advantage with this oil direct. Oh, now the tanks are moving in, dealing with those Chinox, and also destroyed the dozer there. The Humvee is getting away, is being destroyed. The missile defenders try its best to laser lock the tanks down, but the tanks are in and they are spotting the supply drop zones. The supply drop zones under pressure. One is being sold there, and more tacticals moving in, destroying all of the Humvees. One escaping. Dozer has been finished, and RoB without any dozer, and it looks like a GG there already. xezon really nice, dominating his enemy the whole game through without spamming him like crazy. Here's Colonel Burton and an A10 missile strike not reaching the tacticals, and Colonel Burton standing here, and I believe RoB has been defeated. I would say Colonel Burton was shot there, and there we see a strategy switch, maybe to see some bombardment there by RoB, and there's bombardment to shoot on those tanks, and there's the defeat. So very nice first match. I really liked the first match, very action packed, some interesting strategy there by xezon, which I saw for the first time, and a nice army there. Also nice use of Crusader tanks there by RoB, and this was a really good game, 12 minutes long. So 1-0 for xezon, and let's go to the next match. And in the second match we will see that RoB gets another USA, but this time the Air Force General, and xezon gets the Toxin General again. So like I said, this map is a bit GLA favored because of all those buildings you can garrison very fast and easily. But this is my own opinion. I say that this map is GLA favored. This doesn't mean that this is the opinion of everyone. This is just my opinion. So I expect some Humvees here coming out of the War Factory barracks again by RoB. Also would be interesting to see some airplanes, some Raptors, some Comanches, maybe a combat Chinook to lame a little bit. Not only Humvees. I think a strategy switch would be entertaining, but in fact we do see a War Factory and a barracks. xezon again trying it with the 2 arms dealer strategy. Both are forwarded again, and there's this one barracks. So xezon going for the exact same strategy like in the first match, but of course understandable, because in the first match it worked perfectly. But now we do see a drop here by RoB incoming, and maybe he is going to drop the supply with a dozer to kill some workers. There's the dozer. The workers are running away, carrying all the supplies there, carrying them away. Tactical coming in to destroy this dozer, and the dozer is under pressure and is hiding in the Chinook. Very good decision there by RoB. And there's still no Humvee there on the way. There's the first Humvee, the worker here running to the right, a technical coming in on the right side. And I don't see the Chinook on the menu. There's the Dozer. And he still didn't get any worker at all. So there's a tactical releasing 2 terrorists, blowing up the reactor. No more power there for RoB, but the reactor is going up instant. The Dozer driving over some poor worker there. And those are hiding again in the Chinook, but this will be game over there for the Chinook because this quad cannon is shooting the Chinook down, and the Chinook is surprisingly just standing there, letting itself shooting down by the quad cannon. Oh, and the Chinook barely survives there, but this was unnecessary to let this Chinook be so hurting. One tunnel going up there at the top at the oil derrick, and one worker here just standing. And we now see a combat Chinook, so very interesting to see. Very nice strategy there by RoB, going for the combat Chinook against all those tacticals. The tacticals will stand absolutely no chance against this combat Chinook. The combat Chinook is just too fast, and it will destroy all those tacticals very, very fast. But now getting hurt very much. Oh, all those tacticals are being shot there, and now the combat Chinook is releasing those 2 Humvees. This is very scary for xezon, and the second supply is under pressure. xezon really needs to push now, he needs to do some damage, but instead he's driving back to his base. He wants to get those 2 Humvees out of his base ASAP. But those Humvees are just too strong, and if microed correctly, this will mean the GG for xezon. Now the technicals are engaging. One is destroyed, the second one is destroyed. The Humvees still have yellow health points, so they are not slowed down by because of red health points. Now nice laser lock there on the quad cannon. Nice laser lock again on the second, and maybe a nice laser lock on the third. No. The third laser lock is not going to happen. If there was a third laser lock, this would mean direct GG for xezon. Not quad cannon shooting down all the Chinooks. RoB was not careful enough there, busy with the laser locking. But it kind of paid off there, and xezon has been defeated. RoB taking the first win for himself in the first 5 minutes. So very nice game here. And this means 1-1 there. 1 for RoB, 1 for xezon. And let's go into the third match. And in the third match we will see that RoB got a GLA demolition. And xezon gets the Air Force General. So time to pay off. Time to use this combat Chinook to do some revenge there. And maybe we will see a combat Chinook. Not sure. But I'm sure that we will see a terror attack by a RoB. And I believe we will also send some workers here to those small villages to place down some forwarded tunnels to do the harassment very fast. One supply going up for xezon, and the command center is not being sold there. Barracks is there, so maybe we will see a drop, maybe a ranger drop, to drop those supplies. Supplies will not be boxed in by RoB. And 2 supplies are up. The arms dealer just going up there right at the second. The first worker arrived here to place down a tunnel. There's the tunnel, very aggressive tunnel. xezon is going to see this for sure if he placed down a second supply. There's the war factory just to build this combat Chinook. Like I said, this is payoff time, and he's going for the combat Chinook to lame his enemy. But his enemy did this in the second match, so he has the right to do this. He is allowed to build a combat Chinook to lame his enemy and to take the second win for himself. So there are many missile defenders all loaded up into the combat Chinook. The combat Chinook is filled up with many aggressive units. And it is going to fly into the base of RoB, and RoB is completely unprepared. There's only one quad cannon which will not save his ass. The Combat Chinook now deals with the quad cannon. The RPGs cannot do anything against this. The arm sealer will be destroyed in no time. There's the drop, destroying the supply, but RoB actually being too busy with the Combat Chinook in his base. Now he's there to blow up the supply. But this is already GG. RoB will be defeated in any second. Another tactical coming in, but just standing there because RoB has no time to deal with it. He's, like I said, very busy. Oh, the RPG is actually doing some damage. There's a second Combat Chinook for xezon, but losing the first one. But the second one is already in the base of RoB, so going very aggressive for 2 Chinooks. There are immediately 2 Stingers going up, but this will not help RoB. There's also the Chinook here to blink away all those missiles, but out of position, not blinking away any missile at all. The Stinger sights are finished, and the rockets are being released to the Combat Chinook, and this looks like a defeat for the Combat Chinook. It's going down, but the damage has been done. RoB on only 1 supply. xezon has been defeated because he has no money, because RoB destroyed his supply, and surprisingly, seeing that xezon is losing this match, but RoB did blow up all of his economy. And this was an all-in for xezon. It failed because of the 2 Stinger sights anti-RPGs. Was a nice try, but didn't succeed. And RoB taking the second win. So 2-1 for RoB. RoB only needs 1 more win. xezon needs 2 more wins. Let's jump into the 4th match. And in the 4th match we are going to see a GLA mirror, because here we have a Toxin General by RoB. We have a Toxin General by xezon. So very even matchup. Toxin versus Toxin. So let's see what those players are going for. Maybe some heavily Scorpion spam. Or maybe a lot of tunnels. Or rocket buggies with a fast palace. Or maybe some many battle buses. Let's see what those players are going to do. What I know is that there are 2 fast workers running to the left position, and 1 worker of xezon running to the top oil. So both players will meet at the top position. And there's also 1 worker of xezon running to the bottom right position where the oil direct is. 3 workers of RoB on the way to xezon's base. 3 workers are very aggressive, and they will place down some few tunnels there. The arm slick going up. Barracks already finished. The tunnels going up there for RoB. RoB maybe placing down a tunnel there, and yes, he will. And 1 tunnel going up at the top, but xezon is faster. Only a demo trap can stop this tunnel placement, and maybe RoB will go for a demo trap. He's running with a worker near, very close to the other worker. You can see here and there's the demo trap being placed at the worker here. So the poor worker will be blown up, and the tunnel is not going to finish. But the demo trap is very fast, very slow. And xezon decides to get around this. Tunnel here has been finished. At the bottom side, the tunnel is finishing. The demo trap is not going to succeed. And just standing there, not doing any damage at all. Those 2 workers are not doing their job. They're just standing here, getting paid for nothing. If they even get paid, I'm not very sure. Oh, now here, tunnel going up at the bottom. But no tunnel here going up in the village. And let's see if xezon is going for a fast oil grab. Demo trap has been destroyed, and there's the fast oil grab. The upgrade is there, and xezon grabbing those 2 oil racks. RoB is not going to do anything against this, so xezon gets the money and gets the advantage with the income. A second tunnel here going up for xezon, and this arm sealer will not last long there. Oh, this was not good. the terrorists blowing up themselves, and the supply is surviving. This was not good for RoB at all. Unlucky blow up there for RoB. Very unlucky. If it would have succeeded, it would have blown up those two buildings. So very unlucky for RoB. I think this would have been the game over for xezon already if those buildings would have been destroyed. But then there are two oil derricks to help xezon out there if he would have lost those two buildings. A second tunnel going up there for RoB, and RoB is the aggressor in this match. He wants the 3-1 score, he wants his third win to win the first round, he wants xezon out of this match. Oh, big pop out there by xezon, dealing with this quad cannon threat and killing all those troops. So, like I said, both oil derricks belong to xezon, and RoB knows that both oil derricks belong there to his enemy. Another tunnel. So 5 tunnels there. xezon really bunkering himself in there at the bottom left, but you cannot say bunker if you place down tunnels. Tunnels are there for strategy, for big RPG troops to get them fast. If you build stingers, then you can say your enemy is bunker in. But with tunnels, no bunker there. Tunnels are not designed for bunkering in, at least in my opinion. Now here another tactical nice drop there with a toxin rebel. And dropping some troops. Oh, nice garrison there by RoB. Very good. Those two quad cannons will be shot. Not getting back in time into the tunnel. One has been destroyed there, and the tunnel is under pressure. Also, good thing is that the tunnel is out of range of the building, otherwise this building would have been cleared out by the toxin tunnel. So this is a big threat there. xezon really has to watch out that those tunnels are not popping out some big scary armies. Oh, the rebel killing the worker here on the top. The worker wasn't able to place down his tunnel. Another worker standing here, not doing anything at all. And there's the palace. Palace 90% at the 5-minute mark, and xezon seems like he doesn't have palace. There's the palace, around 20%. The palace for RoB has finished, so we will see a German kill, some rocket buggies, and a battle bus coming out of this production facility. 2 tacticals on the way to his enemy. Maybe to drop some terrorists near to the palace. This would actually be a nice strategy to stop and delay the palace of his enemy. Oh, big terrorists coming in, but getting killed by the toxin tunnel. It would have been a nice strategy, but the toxin tunnel stopping this aggressive engagement there, and xezon really easy dealing with this attack. Good defend there by xezon. Unlucky engagement by RoB running into this toxin tunnel, but there are just too many toxin tunnels for xezon. Look at this, they are everywhere. Everywhere toxin tunnels. It's like a minefield of toxin tunnels. Another arm sealer is going up, but xezon can afford those 2 arm sealers. He has the money to do so, and he has a big toxin tractor there. Not sure why he has this one, because he has toxin rebels. Black market going up there, so I think xezon is going for rocket buggies and battle buses. And we should see a battle bus. No, we do see a scorpion tank, but the battle bus should be underway very fast. Just look at those many RPGs, they are just waiting to step into the bus. Looks like the bus has a delay. Bus is not getting through the streets because the street is full of cars. The bus cannot pass through, and all those RPGs have to wait. They are not getting to work, they are just standing here, cannot step into their car to drive to work, have to wait for the battle bus. And there is the battle bus! Now with 10 minutes delay, it is there, and the rocket soldiers can step into their vehicle. But there are 2 battle buses on the way by RoB, and those 2 battle buses are driving directly into the tunnels. Or shooting on its own battle bus. This was unfortunate for RoB. And now he is losing the first battle bus because of his own fault, shooting on his own battle bus there. Very unlucky engagement again for RoB. Man, RoB doesn't have any luck in this match. First terrorist attack, then this blow up here with the terrorist not dealing any damage, and now shooting on his own battle bus. RoB has just no luck in this match. And the bad news for RoB is he is running out of money very soon. He has 2 black markets, but xezon has the most income. He has 2 Elderex, and just look at this map control. xezon has such good map control. He has secured his Elderex very well, and he has a huge tunnel fortress. There's just no way for RoB to come back out of this. You need to wear the name xCal to come out of this. xCal would come out of this with an epic comeback, but I don't see any chance RoB will come out of this. He is now building up his 3rd black market. Now 2 RPGs going into this building. A worker is placing down a tunnel here next to those buildings. At least I hope so. Oh yeah, large pop out there by xezon. There's a tunnel going up. There's still 1 tunnel there in front of xezon's base. But no worry for xezon. He has those many tunnels there. So no real big threat there by RoB. And there's the engagement. Oh, large army there by xezon. This is very scary. But then they're driving over a bridge, so bad engagement point there. And also driving directly into a full building. Losing too many tanks to this 1 building there. But now they are standing in front of the tunnels. The 2nd supply of RoB is under pressure. The tunnels are being destroyed. And the large army of xezon is engaging. He needs to be very careful though to not shoot his own scorpions. He shot his own scorpion there with the rockets. Very unfortunate. Tunnel immediately popping this one here, I mean. But losing 1 scaffold there, but no big problem there for xezon. He has the money. He has 3,600, so no big worry there. And this looks like a GG already. So maybe we will see a 2-2 score for xezon there. The black market is being destroyed. 3 rocket buggies and a big palace standing there to defend this attack. But there are more troops going to follow, as for example those many scorpions and quads. But what xezon need are rocket buggies right now. We need to build some rocket buggies against this palace and against those rocket buggies. Popping out those RPGs, doing the X key, not getting any damage on those rocket men. Rocket buggies having a problem dealing with those rocket men. Killing a few guys there. Oh, there's also a supply going up for xezon, so very greedy here. Very greedy placement. Stealing the last cash of poor RoB. Now RoB only going for rocket buggies, but this is not a bad decision at all. This is actually a very good decision. Hiding behind the palace, building all those rocket buggies. Not very sure why xezon is attacking with a toxin tractor. Oh, and the toxin tractor getting sniped there. Jump kill, just enjoying his target practice. And now RoB gets a free toxin tractor there. Maybe the toxin tractor tried to spray some shit there around the toxin tunnel. 5 rocket buggies there for RoB. a large group of tanks by xezon, but losing a few tanks there. He needs to be careful that the rocket is not hitting those rocket buggies. If the Scorpion rocket hits those rocket buggies, this would be a horrible ending for those rocket buggies. Scorpion rockets are just too powerful against the rocket buggies. Now the Palace doing a nice job destroying so many tanks of xezon. Just easy kills there for RoB. RoB now builds up his command center. We will now get cash bounty. There it is, the cash bounty. So RoB now getting free cash there through xezon. Oh, but the rocket buggies, ooh, they almost got shot there by the rockets. Maybe a little bit too greedy there, but not losing a single one. Good for RoB. There still is one tunnel, but now xezon is dealing with this one tunnel. No unit can be popped out there, and RoB uses this time to destroy this tunnel. And where are your rocket buggies? There are the rocket buggies. So xezon now going for the rocket buggies. This one Scorpion tank will actually be enough. And there's one rocket dealing damage to one rocket buggy, finishing it and almost finishing off the second one. So Scorpion tanks are extremely good. Oh, nice! Nice Rebel ambush. Finishing off one or two more Scorpions. Toxin Tractor has been destroyed there. Worker being sprayed. And Jump Kill shooting on those Toxin Rebels. Now the Toxin Rebels moving to up to the base. But getting sniped there by Mr. Cal. Mr. Cal sniping both. Getting 2-star promoted there. And the command center finishes, and I believe RoB is on the 5-star general. He should be a 5-star general, I believe, and he should have GPS. No, Toxin General has no GPS scrambler. I always forget that. But he should have the sneak attack. Sneak attack will actually not help him in this match because xezon has too many tunnels. Now there are the counter rocket buggies, and RoB doesn't really have any good income at all. xezon still has his 2 Ilderex, so this should be an easy win for xezon. He is building up his large force, he's also building up his Gutstorm. And more tunnels going up there for xezon. Also some battle bosses are being prepared here. And more tunnels going up to prepare to secure this Gutstorm. I think once RoB sees this Gutstorm, he will press the surrender button, because once Scud hit at this cluttered base, instant GG. Just instant. I also see that RoB doesn't have the fortified structure upgrade, so the Gutstorm is going to hit the space very good. Only 3 rocket buggies there. RoB spending his whole cash on black markets. Supply stash being sold, but xezon being greedy here, stealing all the cash from his enemy. Or 3 more counter buggies. Counter buggies not destroying any rocket buggies at all because of the hill. Jump Kill sniping one. Oh, and there's the counter Jump Kill. And Raider Van scouting out the Raider, scouting out the Jump Kill. And Cal shooting his brother into the head. Nice action there. 4 rocket buggies for RoB. Destroying this one tunnel, but there are just too many tunnels. If you destroy one tunnel, 2 more going to follow. So it's pointless there to destroy all those tunnels. Oh, and those rocket buggies are going to destroy the other ones. Losing one there. And you can say xezon is not losing anything if he loses those rocket buggies. On the other hand, RoB is losing everything if he loses those rocket buggies. xezon has no problems at all with money. RoB has. Oh, losing all the rocket buggies. all are gone. 2 Scudstorms for xezon, and there's the GG. 2-2, xezon 2, RoB 2. Only one win is needed for xezon or RoB. So let's jump directly into the 5th match, in which we will see a Laser General by RoB and a GLA Vanilla for xezon. xezon getting a lot of GLA in the first round. Not very sure if xezon is a good GLA player. I don't know what his favorite army is. Maybe I should watch some Stanislav School. I believe he says there what his favorite army is. Maybe the Tank General, or maybe the Air Force. I think one of those 2 armies, but I'm not very sure if he's very good with GLA. But who cares? Laser versus GLA Vanilla. Let's see what both players are doing. Both players need a win to get into the 2nd round, and both players who definitely want to win this 5th match. Both players want to go into the 2nd round and also want to go into the finals to beat all the other players, to get a lot of sexy ladies as the first place prize. First place of the World Series gets 50 nice sexy ladies. Also gets a house in Florida, and also with a big garden. So if you win the World Series 2015, you get a lot of stuff. And yeah, you will also win 200 cash, 230 cash. It got boosted up there because of Alan Core. Alan Core decided to spend $3 more. So thanks a lot, Alan Core, to spend $30 more. Very appreciated. Boosting up the price, boosting up the cash price. So we have $50 by Game Replays, $50 by xezon, $50 by cncHD, whoever this one is, and $50 by Nash Woods, and $30 by Alan Core. Those are the sponsors of this tournament. Okay, so there's the technical, and we see a few Humvees there for RoB. So RoB going for those Humvees, xezon going for the technical harassment, the tunnel going up at the oil derrick, also tunnel at the other oil derrick. Humvee spotting this worker, and this top oil derrick is denied. There is a technical by xezon coming in, and he's releasing a worker there to build a fast tunnel. Laser turret cannot be finished in time, but finishing off the technical with the 4 terrorists. Terrorists cannot do any damage at all, but the dozer is running away, driving away. Oh, not be careful enough. Oh, and he's driving away. Terrorist has been stopped. Phew, this was very close. RoB almost lost his dozer there. Worker here now at the top position, trying to build a tunnel here at the graveyard. Oh no, decides to build a tunnel there. Also a good position there. Humvee now driving in at the top position, but their tunnel is finishing just at this very moment. And there's a nice demo trap. The Humvee will drive directly into the demo trap, but the demo trap is not detonating. But no big threat at all. xezon just dealing with the Humvee very easily. Tunnel here on the bottom finished, but the Humvees take care of this situation. There's a pop out by xezon. xezon popping out some RPGs, finishing off a few vehicles there. Only one Humvee left for RoB, but there's this laser turret in a very good position to deal with all those outcoming units, with all those incoming units. I mean, one technical driving in. Oh no, scrapping itself up. Always a good decision to do so. A laser turret on the way, and we can see a strategy center by RoB. Also, we see now a few missile defenders for the next Humvee. Search and destroy. And xezon now going for his quad. cannon and also going for the oil grab. Beacon there by xezon, marking the place where the strategy center is, to throw some big shit at this strategy center. Now, will he engage this thing or will he not? I wouldn't advise to engage this tunnel. He doesn't have enough units to deal with all those RPGs. xezon knows about it and he pops out all of his RPG troops to deal with this red threat. RoB decides to go back, and this is actually a good decision. And the top oil is not being captured there by xezon. RoB put a stop to that and he killed the rebel, but the bottom oil direct belongs to xezon. 2 tunnels are securing this oil direct. 3 more Humvees there for RoB, but xezon in a very good position, and he also builds up his palace now to build some rocket buggies against those Humvees, which is the right answer to those Humvees. Only one ambulance though. Maybe a second one is needed. There are the quads, but the quads will not do so much against this. There are just too many Humvees with search and destroy. If RoB engages this, xezon will absolutely stand no chance to stop this attack. But RoB decides not to engage this. He is driving directly to the top. But he has to be careful. There are a lot of garrison buildings on the way. And there's also a demo trap. He doesn't have a spy drone. So if he drives into the demo trap, this is bad news for RoB. RoB needs some some spy drones. Otherwise he will drive into his death. There was a pop out there by xezon, but dealing absolutely no damage. Another pop out, dealing damage to 2 Humvees, finishing them off. Not losing, only losing 1 quad cannon, losing 2 quad cannons, losing a lot of more losing a few more quad cannons. But this tunnel will be finished. No more pop outs there for xezon, and the tunnel is gone. And the second supply is in danger. xezon about to lose his second supply. He is going to sell it. Nice decision. Getting back $750. And the next tunnels are in danger, but there are 3 tunnels. So xezon has the possibility to defend this, but then why should you pop out if the Humvees have search and destroy? So good decision not to pop out. There's the pop out, losing 1 quad at the pop out, but destroying 1 Humvee there, sniping another Humvee, and defending it. Nice, defending it very well there. This 1 Humvee survives. Nice defend by xezon. Palace has been finished. There are the rocket buggies. Now the black market needs to be built in order to get the rocket buggy upgrade. Also RoB now prepares for the late game at the 8-minute mark. 3 supply drop zones there. The Humvee is not dealing with the threat right in front of his base. Tunnels being destroyed. Only 1 survives. Technical coming in there on the top. No, not coming in. It's driving back. It destroyed the oil direct. Not sure if RoB got the oil direct there. But anyway, the oil direct has been destroyed. Good decision by xezon, dealing with this oil direct very fast. So RoB doesn't get a money advantage there. There are 4 supply drop zones. And we can see xezon now building his first black market. And he still has this 1 oil direct. But I would say RoB is has a higher income. RoB here with 4 big supply drop zones. So right now both players are relaxing. Both players just right now going into the kitchen, making themselves a coffee to warm up again, because the action really paid off. The action costs a lot of energy. Now they need to drink coffee. But it looks like RoB is back from the coffee break to drive into the base of xezon. He has the spy drone because if he would have no spy drones, he would have drived into this demo trap. The rocket bug is doing some damage there. Oh, jump kill in an unlucky spot, hiding himself as a tree. But hiding himself as a tree is not helping him, because he gets shot there by those Humvees. Unlucky spot for German kill. Humvees driving in, but they need to be careful. There are a lot of tunnels here. Losing a few Humvees there. Battle bus driving in. Battle bus finishing off all those Humvees. What a big waste of Humvees. Holy shit. Lost all of the Humvees. Battle bus really paid off. And all those troops have been slotted. RoB has to rebuild, but he is in the advantage with his income, so RoB can rebuild his army, while xezon has to build up a few more black markets to be even with his enemy with the income. RoB still has a few missile defenders here in the base of xezon, dealing some damage, also dealing damage to the black market. But now xezon is going to put an end to this. Missile defenders preparing for the incoming quad cannon to do a laser lock. Shooting again on the black market, and I believe the black market is going to be destroyed. And yep, it is. Lost cash there for xezon. Also losing the scaffold. This is a big hit. xezon losing 2,500 here, losing his only black market. Nice engagement there by RoB, destroying the only black market there. And now RoB still sitting on 5 supply drop zones, building up his command center. This looks all the way good for RoB. Those laser tanks shouldn't stand there though. Don't know what the laser tanks are doing there. Losing one to the rocket buggies. Not sure why the rocket buggies don't destroy this one. A lot more Humvees there being prepared by RoB. Command center is finished, and a E-10 missile strike can shoot on the last remaining black market, and I believe this is what we are going to see any second. The A-10 should be ready, but still no use of the A-10 yet.
Unit lost.
And there's the A-10 between those two tunnels. Not very sure why he didn't use it on the black market there, but maybe he wants to engage this position with his Humvees. Tunnels have been destroyed, and the Humvees are moving in. You can see here 5 Humvees are filled up, the rest of them are empty. We can also hear now snipers on the way. And there are also snipers here in the Humvee, so this means a lot of trouble there for xezon. xezon losing his second supply, losing a lot of workers. And this looks like GG. xezon about to lose the 5th match, to lose his place in the 2nd round. Losing one rocket buggy there, and also nearly losing a 2nd one there. Oh, this doesn't look good for the xezon at all. So many Humvees there. Missile defenders ready to laser lock, but getting shot there on the way to the tunnel. Not dealing any damage. Ambulance stopped there, not driving. And technical now destroying this ambulance very easy. So the ambulance decides not to do anything any longer. Humvees now on the way to finish off the oil derrick, and if this oil derrick is been destroyed, this is not good for xezon at all. And the oil derrick is destroyed. So if we see 2 black markets left for xezon, xezon on a very low income, his opponent though on 5 6 supply drop zones. This is GG. And xezon knows it, so he makes a last attack. This is his last hope. Do some damage to pull it out, to take this win in the last second. Let's see if he's succeeding. Those are his last troops. He has not the money for more troops. The Humvees are coming back. Comanche engaging this, but losing this Comanche very fast. And now all those Humvees are finishing this army very easily and fast. xezon losing everything. This is GG. xezon writing GG right at this moment, I believe. There's just no way. xezon cannot win this any longer, anymore. Another supply drop zone going up. Raider van here now for xezon. Not sure what he's hoping for. He lost the game. And not sure why RoB is not engaging the base of xezon. Maybe he wants to give his opponent a second chance. He lets his opponent build up. Supply drop zone there going up. And right now nothing is happening. So let's take this time to talk about the World Series 2015. We saw a lot of matches till now. You can also see 2 matches being streamed there by FlameIori. You can see the videos on his YouTube account. If you go to gamereplays.org, 0 hour section, you go to the video tab. There you can find all the videos about the World Series 2015. Also the 2 videos of FlameIori, who streamed those 2 matches yesterday. I believe between Rohan and Ringo. And not sure what the second match was. But you can see those matches there. Eitan there being shot on the way through. Not destroying this black market. Yeah, and we are going to see the second round very fast. The deadline is the 15th of this month. And on the 16th we are going to see the first matches of the second round. And I'm really pumped for it. We see a lot of good players in this event. We still have to wait for Size though to play his matches. Also for Rage. Rage also needs to play his matches. I think Rage plays against Kassad. Both are pretty good players. And not sure what the opponent of Rage is. But Rage has some connection problems. I hope Rage can fix his connection problems. Otherwise, he cannot play the matches, and this would mean Rage has to be disqualified if he cannot play his matches till the deadline. So let's hope for that Rage is going to fix his connection problems. So yeah, right now we are waiting for this moment that RoB is finally finishing off his enemy. This match is over for like 6 minutes now. But he still didn't finish his enemy yet, so we are still waiting. If you want to see the brackets, you can go to gamereplays.org, go to 0 hour section and click on the home button, and there we will see some portal posts. There should be one about the World Series 2015, and there you can find the brackets to see what player is fighting against another player. There you can see the matchups, and yeah, you can also see the big prize pool, the cash prize pool. And I think I'm going to forward a bit, because like I said, this match is over. let's forward this a bit. Humvees finishing off buildings, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. So some Comanche attack here. Oh, this is the last final attack here of xezon, I believe. Let's see if they can do some damage. Comanche is being shot down there. And the airfield under pressure, but there are a lot of Humvees to deal with this threat, but there are also some rocket buggies to deal with those Humvees. 2 Avengers. But the Avengers are out of position, losing 1 Humvee there. Let's see if xezon is pulling this one out. This would be hilarious if he would pull this one out and get a win. This would really be a nice comeback and unexpected. Avengers are now in position. The quad cannon need to deal with the Avenger. Humvees finishing off the battle bus, and the rocket bug is driving into the Humvees. Ooh, very unlucky there for xezon. And xezon wins this engagement, and he has now free range to attack the buildings. The airfield will go down very soon, but there is no reinforcement for xezon, and more Humvees now they're on the way to deal with the last remaining units. xezon are really losing it. He has no more units. He's on 1 black market. No more units to do any more damage. And this is the GG. So there's the deadly army doing the rest of the damage. GG. xezon has been defeated. And like I said, those were some very good matches. I really liked the first 4 matches. The 5th one was a bit sloppy there. And too long. This match was over after 15 minutes. And still continued on. But the first 4 matches were amazing to watch. Really liked to watch those 4 first matches. And RoB going into the second round with 3 wins and 2 losses. So yeah, this is your cncHD, and till the next match, bye bye.